Hey guys, welcome back to Broke Boys Armory. So, as promised, we are getting into Precision Rimfire, and we are doing it on a budget. Today's episode is just going to be going over the budget build that I put together, and then maybe I'll give you a little more details as far as what part 2 and 3 are going to hold. And I don't know, without further ado, let's just get into the rifle. Alright guys, let's get into it. So, the base rifle. The base rifle is a Bergara BRX. It is basically a Ruger 1022 on steroids. Has like a match cut receiver. They come with they say a 3.5 pound trigger, but maybe this is not the stock trigger, but when I bought it, this was breaking at 2 pounds. Extended mag release, extended bolt release, and bolt catch. QD sockets on a more of a precision stock that you can adjust the length of pull. Obviously, you have an integrated 30 MOA rail, 16-inch bull barrel, flutes, threaded for a suppressor, or muzzle devices, which I may eventually put on here. I do want to eventually get a suppressor, but sticking to the point. So this is the Bergara BRX 22. That's the base rifle. That's what we're going with. All right, so let's tackle the scope. It is a CV Life scope, and it's the Eagle Blaze. It's a 5-25 by 56 first focal plane. For those who don't know what those numbers mean, the first two numbers are your magnification range. That means it starts off at 5x magnification, and it goes all the way up to 25. That last number, that x56, what that means is 56mm objective lens. The larger the lens size, the more light gathering you have, the better image quality, and especially in like lower light or lower light conditions. First focal plane. What does that mean? Well, it means that you have an extremely small reticle at 5x, but as you increase the magnification, the reticle will get larger along with that. So 5x small reticle, 10, 15x, it starts taking up your whole entire sight picture. And it just gets larger as you zoom in. This is very handy when you're shooting out 200 yards, but then have to make quick adjustments. But it's nice. So far, I like this scope. I haven't really used it, but I have played with it a lot, and first impressions are it's pretty nice. They've got decent glass on these guys, so I'm excited to use it. One thing I also want to mention is I have a little leveler on here. All it does is tell me if the rifle is sitting level. Next up is the cheap bipod. It is just a cheap True Gold bipod, and that's it. That is the build. So that's the rifle, guys. And while I have had this wrapped up shortly, I do want to say that this is just episode 1. Next up we'll zero the scope in, and then once we zero the scope in and get a little bit of practice in and find out what ammunition this likes to feed, I have basically 2 ammos that I want to test out the accuracy of, and that'll probably be on the same day that we're zeroing the scope. So that'll be like the next part of the series. And then I'm aiming for part 3 to be our first competition. Now I haven't looked at the leaderboards yet on what day the competition is going to rest on next month. So I do not know when that video is going to be coming, but part 2 you should be expecting, hopefully next week if I can make it out of the range this week, and hopefully maybe this weekend. If not, I have something else planned for you guys next week. Stick around. That one's going to be a pretty good banger, but thanks for checking me out. Thanks for sticking around, and take it easy.